Hey guys, you know what I love just as much as I love making videos? Making music. Now let's drop that intro.
Boom, wait a minute, just like that. Boom, 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 just like that. A-Dubb Productions, just like that. Like, comment, subscribe, just like that. Boom, wait a minute, just like that. A-Dubb, you ready? Wait a minute.
What's up everybody? How you doing? It's your boy Allan Wade back again with another video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Today we're going to be using our PE800 embroidery machine, our brother's PE800 embroidery machine, to embroider a design that I digitized and created for a client that sent me their logo and wanted to put them on hats. So what I do when I get these requests is, after I'm done digitizing it, I always embroider them out to make sure that you're getting exactly what you want, guys. If you are inquiring about getting something digitized, please don't send me anything crazy. Sometimes I get people send me stuff like a whole flyer. It's not like a realistic ask. All right, so send me something like, if you have something you need digitized for your P800, or your SC600 or your P800, or even your commercial embroidery machine, send me the file or the logo or something like that, and send it to adubbproductions@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you with a price quote. Guys, let's dive into this design right now.
A-Dubb Productions.
Excuse me guys, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go over here and raise my desk up a little bit because I want to do my video standing up today. How you like the desk? You know, thank you very much. Yeah, man, let me tell you something. I love this table. It is really going to save my back in the future, guys. All right, so you see our PE800, our brother PE800 embroidery machine right here with our touch panel. Guys, if you have not bought your P800 yet, I don't know if they're available. Everything craft related is sold out on Amazon, so you're gonna have to go check Amazon. Use my Amazon affiliate link down below to see if this device is available. But let us go ahead. We have our thumb drive inserted that has our design on it, so we're just gonna navigate the screen right here as we always do. It's in this folder right here, so it takes a little bit of time for that folder to load up because I have plenty of designs in it. But like I said, if you haven't purchased your SE600 or your P800 yet, then use my Amazon link in the description below to purchase yours today, guys. And this specific design, like I said, was given to me by a client that wanted digitized. As you guys can see, turned it sideways. This is too large to fit in any of these hoops. As you guys can see, these hoops are crossed out. It's too big, so you have to use the larger hoop to embroider this. So you can't do this with the SE600. All right, but this isn't my design. It's like a client's design that they paid me to digitize. So you're not gonna find this design anyway. All right, so got my thread in there. All right, I'll go over threading the machine as we change threads. This design right here has some information on the screen. You see that after I hit end edit and boom, you see that it's 25 minutes to stitch this out, to embroider this out. 4 minutes on the first color, 6 minutes, 14 minutes, and 1 minute on the final color right there. All right, so let us go ahead and start this thing up. Put this down. Not that that matters. You can embroider with that. Drop the foot in the back, and the light changed. You see that? The light changed. When I drop the foot, we're already threaded. I'm just gonna hit the start button right here, and the PE800 is going to start doing its thing, guys. If you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Thank you. Guys, can I get a thumbs up one time on the one time? I'd like everybody to give this video a thumbs up, please. I think we've fallen out of touch with the thumbs up button, and we need to start hitting that thumbs up button a little bit more and show your boys some love. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already, by the way. Thank you so much for joining me. Just when you thought the small embroidery machine videos were over, they continue, baby. That's right. But this week we have plenty of MT1501 videos, as well as sublimation videos, as well as silhouette cameo videos. So stay tuned for all the goodness right here. You see the difference between the PE800 and the SE600. The PE800 embroiders a a lot faster. Has faster speeds on this machine. So that's one difference right there. But I'm not going to like let this entire thing stitch out and record the whole thing. So I'm just going to cut to the next part, and the next part is going to be where you need to make a trim, where I need to make a trim. And I'm also doing this video so the client can see how this design stitches out, their design stitches out also. So I'll be right back, guys.
A-Dubb Productions.
So far the design is coming out good, and right now I want to talk to you guys briefly about digitizing and about the specific design. A lot of the times, guys, and we're going to do a jump right here. We're going to have to stop the machine right here. See that right there? How it jumped? All right, I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to do that trim stitch right there. I'm just going to trim that because it's making a G right now, and this is one that needs to be cut, or else it'll keep on going and it'll be very, very hard to tidy that up at the end. That's one thing about single needle machines versus multi-needle machines. Multi-needle machines, most of them, I think all of them as a matter of fact, have the automatic cuts. You can assign the automatic cuts in the software so that you don't have to do what I just did and stop the machine, or you don't have to do much cleaning at the end of your design after you're done embroidering it. That's one thing plus, one huge plus about having a multi-needle machine. There's no comparison between the two. You know, these single needle machines, you have to change the thread every time, you gotta make the cuts, a lot of features that they're lacking. But if that's what your budget permits, then there's nothing wrong with it at all, because before I had a multi-needle machine, single needle machine was all I had. I had the SE600 for years, guys. And those of you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know, let's change threads. You guys know that when the channel started growing, as a matter of fact, it was the beginning of last year, I said, I don't know what machine I'm gonna get. I don't know when this is gonna happen, but guys, but my goal was to buy a multi-needle machine, and through the grace of God and all the, where's my thread at? Hold on. All right, got my thread, guys, got my thread. Like I was saying, through the grace of God, he gave me the ability, he gave me the energy, the ability to get myself up, be creative, and continue to make these videos, guys. God gave me the you know what I mean? God gives you just enough of what you need so that you can choose the path that you want to go. You know, some people you know, like to say, you know, God gave me everything, right? But which he did, but God gives you just what you need, and the rest is up to you. You got to give yourself a little credit. Actually, no, you got to give God all the credit. But I'm saying that, you know, you got to take responsibility too for your own actions, all right? He gives us free will. We got free will to do whatever it is we want to do, and sometimes we don't do the things that we should be doing. Like sometimes, like I'll confess, right? I'll be the first to confess. Sometimes I want to do something, and you guys have probably heard me say this before on social media. Sometimes I want to do stuff, but I sit down on a couch, and the couch wins the battle, right? I'm quite sure you guys can relate to the couch winning the battle. When you got a ton of stuff on your plate, and you know, you might do one thing in the morning, you know, like in my case, I'll go to the gym in the morning, and then I'll come home, take a shower, and sit down, eat something, and then sit down on a couch. And the couch wins the battle for hours. But ultimately, you know, what I do is up to me, because God gave me the ability. God gives us free will, right? I don't know how I got on this, but you know, I'm not like a super religious person, so this is just, you know, it's all good. It's all good to talk about. Give thanks every now and then, right? If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, look at this design though. It's coming out real good. The stitches look good, nice and clean. Hey man, listen, the brother PE800 is the bomb. Stitches a lot faster than the SE600. And let me give you guys a tip real fast. I'm gonna give you guys a tip. All right. When you're embroidering something and your design might not be coming out the way you want it to be, to look like, or the needle might be pulling the bobbin thread through, or you know, it might seem like it's just not looking right, right? One of the things that might be wrong, especially if you have colors layering on top of each other, right? One of the huge things that might be wrong is two things. If you haven't taken the top part of your machine, I mean the top plate off of your machine and clean that out, that could be one thing. And I have a video of how to clean your SE600 or your PE800, right? Actually, it's for the SE600. But the second thing, which is what I was getting to, the most important thing is you might need to change your needle, right? You might need to change your needle. A lot of the times, we're just busy embroidering. And I bet you some of you guys, because I know there's a lot of newbies that purchased their SE600 because of watching my videos, right? I know there's a lot of newbies out there that did that. So a big problem that newbies run into, and a big mistake, is you guys purchase the machine but you don't buy extra needles. Extra needles are very, very inexpensive. They're dirt cheap, and you should change your needle regularly because it will affect how your design comes out. Like, look at this part right here. This part of the design, this is going on top of this right here. All right, so if you have a dull needle, that's gonna start giving your machine problems. The needle needs to be sharp enough to pass through that. All right, and it's gonna start giving you problems. The hoop is gonna start jumping and stuff like that. So make sure you guys are changing your needles. And it took me a while to learn that, because I was one of them ones, and I still am. Like, I don't like my SE600. It takes me a long time to change the needle, but you know, it's obviously based on how often you use your machine and stuff like that. All right, so I'm talking you guys' heads off. I'm gonna take another break and let this part right here embroider, and I believe the next part is gonna come in and it's going to embroider the inside of this, the outline of that, and we'll see. Be right back.
A-Dubb Productions.
That part of the design is finished, guys. See, it looks good, looks clean. Next part is this 14-minute part right here. So we're going to change threads for that, obviously. So we just boom, raise the foot up. Same process. Swipe once. Same process as I do the SE600, just a different machine. So don't be intimidated if you guys want to, you know, step your machine game up. The good thing about these machines is they're similar, the functionality. All right, so thread around, under, over top, down, through here, up around the edge, boom, down. Same thing like the SE600, through here, boom, foot down, automatic threader. This automatic threader is a lot springier, a lot more, it feels a lot more solid than the one on the SE600. The SE600 is almost more like mechanical, and this one is almost more like, well, this is mechanical too, but it's like, I don't know. It's like more modern, I guess. It's newer. It's more reactive, I guess. I don't know. So right now, the machine is doing all of this design has all these little rock features, and the machine is embroidering that out right now. All right, looking good. I'm just gonna let it stitch out. Once this stitches out, like you see that jump stitch right there, we need to trim that. Right, that needs to be trimmed. That right there needs to be trimmed. But once it like embroiders, there's gonna be a long one right here. Once it embroiders, you kind of know what stitches need to be trimmed and which ones don't. All right, it's pretty easy. Like that one needs to be trimmed, obviously. Some of the stuff is obvious. A little bit of jumping right there. Sometimes what happens if your needle is dull, it jumps like that. But this is a brand new needle, so it shouldn't be jumping. In these designs, you kind of want to avoid as much as you can lapping more than 2 colors. All right, stacking more than 2 colors on top of each other. You kind of want to avoid that. So right now, I'm about to stop the machine and make some trims right here. Alright, so right here is a good time because it moved off of that stitch. So right here is a good time to play Mr. Cleanup. Alright, so stop. Put your shears under here. Trim that. Alright, trim that. You don't have to take it out every time, right? Every time you clean up. So this one right here. And I'm going to save the other two. And matter of fact, I'll come behind here. And I'll trim that one. Trim this one. And we're pretty much good to go with the rest. I could trim this too. This little small one right here. Really doesn't matter, but just trim it because we're right here already. Alright, keep it going. Alright, looking good, guys. Looking good, looking good. And we're going to come back and get that one later. All the ones that make sense that you think you know, might give you problems trimming later, always stop the machine and just trim them now, because it makes the design a whole lot cleaner and a whole lot neater. Because sometimes if you have a jump stitch and then it embroiders over top of the jump stitch, that turns that jump stitch into a two short jump stitches. Like this is one long one. If I have one that goes like that, that cuts it in two, and that messes everything up. Stop it again. Alright, so let me get those two stitches right there. Alright, see what I'm talking about? I'm gonna go ahead and trim that. And this is what I'm talking about the multi-needle machines. Multi-needle machines does all these trims for you, so you don't have to do all this stuff. Well, it doesn't like do it for you, but when you digitize, or when your digitizer does it, he should put all these trims in there for you, so that the machine, your multi-needle machine, does all the trims while it's embroidering. Alright? Benefits of a multi-needle. Sharp needle benefits. If your needle is not sharp, it will not be going through this stuff like this. It will be jumping all over the place, and it'll start pulling your bobbin thread through, and you'll see the white thread start peeking up. Alright, so yeah, you want to have a sharp needle if you're experiencing that. Alright, so again, I'm going to let some of this embroider out. And I'll be right back, guys. So you guys can see it went all the way around to the other part of the design, and it's starting to just embroider that border right there. A lot of adjustments I had to make to get that right. But let me let this stitch out, and we'll be right back when it's around time for the small lettering and stuff. Alright.
A-Dubb Productions.
Alright guys, we are cooking on gas right here. We're moving right along with this design. It's looking really dope. Alright, this part of the design is pretty much done. And from here it's going to go to the bottom part and start embroidering the small letters. And one thing I did on this design is it's ready for a commercial embroidery machine. It's ready for the multi-needle machine. On the multi-needle machines, especially when you're embroidering on caps, you want to start your design off. If you have letters, you want to start in the middle and stitch out, which is what you're seeing right now. Let me stop right here. I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to trim that stitch right there. You want to start from the middle and embroider out, or in the middle and embroider out this way. So that's just a strategic thing that you do so that your cap embroiders clean. Alright, so it's just a little trick. Alright, so now, because I have it saved like that, it's going to stitch like that, and it's going to be a pain in the behind right now just to embroider on this machine. But because it's going to do all these like little overlapping stitches where I got to stop the machine and stop the machine, stop the machine. But I could have made it, for the sake of this video, embroidered just straight from right to left. See what I'm saying? It went backwards. So now I got to stop the machine and make this trim right here. But that's the way I digitize it for the client, because I digitize it for their specific machine. Alright, so you got to keep that in mind when you're doing this stuff. But I thought the design was cool, and I want to share it with you guys of how clean this digitizing came out after I completed it. Alright, so I'm going to let some of this stitch out. This video is long enough. And then after the design is done, you know, we'll talk about it. Alright, boom, right here, stop it, make this trim right here, so on and so forth between the letters. It's a little bit of work, not a big deal. Alright, All right, guys, be right back. Thumbs ups, please. Can I get a thumb up? Thumbs up.
Hey Dub Nation, it's your girl Kaveen Jador, and you are tuning into A-Dubb Productions. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
We're all the way. Look at this design. Look how good it looks, right? It's a huge design. Looks good. So we're all the way over here. I just stopped the machine because it didn't travel all the way over to the long stitch. We're gonna trim that real fast, and then we're gonna start it back up. Trim that. Go ahead, start it back up. And you see we gotta neaten all this up right here. I can do this on the fly while the machine is moving. Don't try that at home. I'm an experienced embroiderer. Guys, do not try that at home. Alright, so what do y'all think about this design so far? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright. Took me a while to get this good at digitizing, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. And if you don't think this is good, something is wrong with you. Jesus Christ must be digitizing your files if you don't think this is amazing. Because this is by far, in my opinion, one of the best digitizations that I've done in my digitizing career. Alright, I know the Goku and all that stuff is good. Actually, no, I'm lying. I did this teddy bear design. That was probably the best. I don't know, but from now on, when I digitize though, I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna try to perfect every little thing, instead of like sometimes I might push something out prematurely, and I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to come back and have to adjust things. I want everything to be right and line up right and be perfect. So expect the best moving forward, guys. Let me let some of this stitch out. This design is almost done. We're gonna switch one more color because it's gonna stitch something over top of this little oval right here, and it'll be done. All right, see, we got that part right there done. Nice and clean, looking good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and swipe that to release the thread. We're just gonna go ahead and remove the thread now. Make sure the foot is up. Yes, it is. Is it up? Oh no, it wasn't up. Now it's up. All right, see, now when I tugged on that string, it was really, really tight. So I knew that the foot wasn't up. So that's the thing about the foot. When you raise the foot up in the back of the machine, it releases the thread. It releases the actual tension wheels that are engaged inside of this mechanism right here. All right, that's what it does. So you're not recommended to pull the thread out like that. They want you to pull the thread out from the bottom. But I figured out that you can pull it out from the top as long as you disengage that tension wheel right there at the bottom. All right, so put this back down, feed that through, automatic threader. All right, let me give you guys another tip right here. All right, the machine has a wheel on the side of it. Sometimes your automatic threader might not work, right? Let me just go ahead and start this up. Sometimes your automatic threader might not work. When your automatic, oh shoot. Shoot, this is, let's see, look at my thread, guys. This thread is not supposed to be like this, but you know what? It's embroidering, so I'm just gonna let it finish. And if it starts to do something weird, I'm gonna stop it and I'm gonna show you a trick, but it's not threaded right now. But I'm just gonna let it finish and see what happens. Yeah, it's messed up. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop it, I'm gonna cut it, and I'm gonna show you guys something real fast. Alright, because yeah, that's messed up. It's starting to get loose right there. Alright, so let me make sure it's threaded properly this time. Interesting, the thread actually split. Oh no, it didn't. Just something weird that I did. What? I don't know what happened right here. Try to fix this. Where is it? Alright, down here. Thread it correctly. I don't know what happened just now. I just know it was looking funny. It looked funny, right? So let me bring this up right here. That's how it's supposed to look. I don't know what that was right there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you something on your machine where you could actually back up. I've done this on other videos, but I'm gonna back it up about 20 stitches. So it's going to stitch over that. You could actually back up. I'm going to show you another thing, extra thing after that, right? Let me go over to the screen. All right, so we're over at the screen, and I want to mess with this W. It's the last part of the design. It's only 1 minute stitch out. I threaded it wrong or something like that. Some mistake happened, so it's not the end of the world. Our design is not destroyed. Hit this button right at the bottom. All right, now you see all this stuff right here. -1. All right, so I just went back 1 stitch. 1 stitch. I can go forward 1 stitch. I can go backwards 10 stitches. I can go forward 10 stitches, right? I'm going to go back 20 stitches. That's too much. I'm going to go forward 10 stitches, right? I can go back 100 stitches or forward 100 stitches, or I can go back to the previous color or forward to the next color, all right? So back, you got the little thread symbol, and back, that means back a whole color. And you got the thread symbol, and forward, that means you can go to the actual next color, all right? So I just went back 20 stitches. I'm going to hit OK, and I'm going to hit the start button and let you guys see what the machine does. We didn't lose anything. We didn't mess anything up. It just backed up a little bit, and now it's going to embroider over top of what quote unquote got messed up. All right, and you're going to see that it's not messed up anymore because we kind of backed up over top of it and embroidered over top of it to cover it up. All right. Also, a benefit of having a clean, a good, nice, sharp needle. All right, nice, sharp needle. So sometimes when you think you messed up, you might not be messed up. You might not have screwed up that cap. You might not have screwed up that design. You might not have screwed up that shirt. Right? You can always adjust on the fly, but you can't adjust on the fly if you don't know the tricks. And that's why I like showing you guys these little tricks and these little mess ups, because it goes a long way and it helps you out a lot, boosts your confidence, and it takes away some anxiety when you think like, oh my gosh, I hope this doesn't mess up. It eases some anxiety. All right, so, all right, let's take this out. Let's have a look at it, and let's see what's popping. All right, we can clean this up too, guys. Let's look at it. Got to clean it up a little bit. That's okay. A few little cuts, but overall, very legible, right? Very clean. Everything is good. Doesn't get much better than this as far as like reading text and stuff like that. Gotta be honest with you guys, on the, machines like this, the PE800, the SE600, this is pretty much as good as it gets, guys. And this is going to be embroidered out on a commercial embroidery machine because they're putting it on hats, right? So I'm going to have to go back into software and export a .dst file for the person so that they can embroider this on hats. All right, so let me know what you guys think about this design in the comments down below. Of course, I wouldn't have to make all these trims if I were on a multi-needle, because it would make all the trims, all these little trims between here, it would make it on its own. All right, so that's one of the benefits, like I said, of having a multi-needle machine, guys. But this is a single needle machine. All right, so boom, let me know what you guys think. Think they're gonna like it? I hope so, because I don't feel like doing it over again. I think they're gonna love it. What do you guys think in the comments down below? All right, guys, you guys can see, got my overhead camera right. Let me move that. It looks like something's coming out the side of my head. There we go. That's more like it. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for sharing in the creation of this, well, the embroidering test out of this design right here. I think it went great. As you guys see, this was too big to fit in a 4x4 hoop. It's way too large. It wouldn't have fit. So we had to stitch it out using the PE800. If you haven't purchased yours yet, use my Amazon link in the description down below. Use my Amazon link in the description down below if you're purchasing anything on Amazon, because I am an Amazon affiliate. And when you use my Amazon link, it helps the channel out a lot, guys. Don't forget, if you are in the market to purchase some blank hats, to go over to Buck Wholesale, and type in code ADUBB at checkout for 10% off of everything you buy on the site. Guys, once again, follow me on Instagram, instagram.com/adubbproductions. Follow my second channel, youtube.com/Allan Wade. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. Share it with all of your friends, guys. And I think that's about it, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I'll see you guys on the next video, alright? Alright? Stand-up table is dope, right? Amazon. I made a whole video about it, so check that out. See you guys later. Peace.
Turn up that, crank it up. Why listen to the rest when you're rocking with the best, baby?